Try to adjust this phone before I make my way out. I want to give a shout out to my firstborn, Khalil, my nephew. In my tradition, if you know anything about African spirituality, you know that your nephews, your nieces are your second set of children. Whoever watches this video, wherever you're at, I'm going to be as direct as possible. I've had 5 doctors that I've talked to, and I've had several individuals that I know personally that send me videos and send me platforms and that may go against some of the things that I've talked about. And mainly, I've had conversations with people who think that the late great Dr. Sebi was a quack and he was full of it and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I've also had conversations with people that talked about the vajayjay. If you don't know what that is, inbox me. Or the SHOT during the period of COVID. And my campaign for going all natural and actually seeing what natural or naturopath or holistic ways of life benefits a person. I've been on this journey since 2014. I have been advocating, for lack of a better word, promoting better health and being more conscious and aware of what you put into your body. Since the last 10 years of my life, I've never had COVID. I've never had any issues with cancer. I've never had to have any surgeries other than what was required. I barely catch a cold. The only scare that I've had was high blood pressure. And waiting 2.5 years to actually go to a gym and work out because the reconstructive surgery of my colon had some side effects. And though I survived this naturally, it did come with a lot of unfortunate circumstances. And I think that the holistic world needs to bring that out to the public before anyone decides to take on this journey. I've lost a lot of years that in my 40s I could have been doing other things. I may have even gotten possibly remarried or had children, relocated and started my life over and do the things that I wanted to do. But things didn't happen that way, but everything happens for a reason. So I'm going to start this conversation. I'm going to try and be on here for 20 minutes, 25, no more than that, because I got a ceremony that I got to go do. I went to a convention, and I want to give a shout out to Tara Poetry Emotions Cooks, a very beautiful Aries who blessed me with an invitation to a place that was ran by Damon John of Fubu fame and Shark Tank fame. And I learned some of the best business lessons that I still use today that I've seen benefit me. I won a lottery at this convention to have 7 days of lessons. I didn't get no money, but the lessons were golden. The first lesson that I learned was, and I'm giving this to you all, for those who are dealing with cancer, those who aren't dealing with cancer, who's dealing with a medical issue or health issue, etc. The first lesson that I teach my students about going through this process is this: learn how to take the shitty situation that you're in and turn that shit into fertilizer. Take the shit that you're in and turn it into fertilizer. What does fertilizer do? It feeds natural substances to create a garden. You're in a shitty moment right now, like I was. And in that shitty moment, though you may not see the bigger picture right now because you're caught in that moment, use the resources of that moment and find a way to turn it into something that will feed you for the rest of your life. And this is what I'm going to explain on this post. Whoever's watching me, thank you. I hope you'll stay tuned and listen to what I'm about to tell y'all. During the time that I was dealing with colon cancer, I was nearly homeless. During the time of me being nearly homeless and given a place to rest my head by one of my biker bros, I took the time and I worked on my brand. I'm actually wearing one of the items now. We Ride Biker for Life. I'm the first African, quote unquote, Black American biker artist in the world. I've documented biker stories and I paint them based upon real stories. I went to several states. I traveled. I took 5 months of my life. In that 5 months, I actually went through a holistic treatment and lessons from my late elder, Chris Williams. And I worked on 7 murals. And I said to myself, if I get these 7 murals out and I put them in every motorcycle clubhouse in Chicago and abroad, if I should die, people will remember those 7 murals. I took that moment. I was going through a divorce. That was traumatizing. I was going through coming out of a storefront that I woke up on a toilet, blood coming out of me, and I thought I got shot. Didn't know what was going on. To living in my store at the time, thinking I was about to go and move to another state to do a huge job that would have taken care of a lot of things. Now I am in the hospital for 5 days and saw some things from some people that I never want to venture again, but I used that moment as a fuel to, when I got out the hospital, I made sure that I was going to make this work. And when I got to that batter's box, I was getting hit with strikes after strikes after strikes. The strikes were the insults that people said. A particular person, I'm not going to mention that person's name, but said to me, and I will never forget this. When I expressed to this person what I was going to do when I got out the hospital, that person said, "Who's going to follow a t-shirt movement?" My confidence was effed up. And it took a video from a congressional meeting for a man who I never knew, but if I ever see him, I thank him for those words, who said to me, who said on that congressional meeting, "Follow me." He was opening up a lawn care business when he was in high school before he went to college. And he worked his butt off to make sure that that business was going to do exactly what it needed to do so that he would not have to ask anybody for any money for school. And the business did not go as planned. Though he went to college, he was struggling. During his junior year, before he decided to go through his junior year in college, he made a very valuable decision. And I say valuable because of what his father told him. He told his father he was going to shut down the business because it's not working. His father stopped him right then and there, and he said, "Listen to me, and I want you to pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. If you quit, they win." And he said, "Who?" He said, "Everybody that believed that you were not going to be successful in your business when you decided to do this." So I'm saying this to you all. You got to learn how to take shit and turn it into fertilizer. Because the more you do that, the bigger picture that you're trying to produce will slowly start showing its roots, and you will eat for the rest of your life. That's what cancer did for me. It gave me confidence that I didn't know that I had, because everything that was going on in my life back in 2014 turned me into the person that I am today. I met great people such as Andre Taylor. I listened to Tony Roberts, Les Brown, and there was a host of other people that I listened to that gave me confidence and made me realize that right now, this is the greatest moment that you're dealing with. Then COVID came, and then other things came. And I realized how beguiled people were. You can defeat cancer, just like any situation in your life. But you got to follow the instructions, and that's where we fail at when we go through this. If I'm glitching on my phone, it's because I'm in a really bad area, so hopefully this won't glitch out. Number one, learn how to turn shit into fertilizer. How do you do that? Pay attention to what you're dealing with. If you're dealing with an issue of cancer, there are 3 things that you need to do right now. Get your blood work. Number 1, if you do not know what your blood type is, go find that out immediately before you take any treatments that a doctor may prescribe for you. Get your blood work. Once you find out what your blood type is, get an observation of everything that your body, by way of your blood, is being depleted of. Once you find that out, then look at everything that your body is lacking, and you will remedy your problem by 50%. Then, after you have found that out, look at a blood type dietary chart that will explain to you all of the foods that you're supposed to eat, all of the foods that's acceptable, and all of the foods that you're not supposed to eat. That will remedy most of your problems dealing with cancer. I'm speaking specifically of cancer. Then whatever cancer you got, whatever organ that your body has been affected by, you want to look at what is the recovery time of that organ. And then after you have found the recovery time of that organ, then you want to start supplying that organ with the nutrients that it needs to rebuild itself. I'm going to give you a primary example. I had colon cancer. If you look up the healing rate of a colon and your intestinal tract, you're going to be really pissed off at these doctors. Once you find out how long it takes for a colon to heal itself, you're going to be really pissed off at your doctors. These same doctors that's quick to jam you up with chemo and radiation, instead of telling you, let's look at what your blood type requires you to eat. And let's look at what your blood is saying you're missing out. And let's start putting that back in your body. And after 14 days, let's see how your body reacts. Let's do a 21-day to 1 month detox. Let's give your body the minerals that it's missing. Let's do a parasitical cleanse. Let's do a lymphatic cleanse, because the cancer that you're dealing with is due to your blood and what it has in it and what it doesn't have in it. Now try that one on for 1 month, and then make sure that within every week you do 1 day of fasting. You eliminate the foods on that chart that you're not supposed to eat, because most of you dark-hued people eat the wrong food anyway, which sits in your body, and your body has not had a break from digestion or food continuously being put in your body. Give your body a break every 3 days. Just water and water food, such as fruits, so that the body can eliminate all of the waste that's been sitting in your body that goes into your bloodstreams and creates a poison. That's why a lot of you all who have this hue look darker than you actually are, because your blood is actually poison. And I know my boy Chris is gonna come on here sooner or later. He gonna watch. I know my boy Chris is Kidar. He gonna be on here. But the more you do that, because now you are giving your body what it needs, and you're giving your blood what it needs to clean out the liver, flush through the kidneys, give your heart a break from all of that crap that's in there, which makes your blood thicker so it's not flowing through your body right. In 30 days, you'll begin to notice a difference in your body. Stupid. All of that alcohol, that's sugar, all of that soul food, which is dairy, which is meat, which is stuff that's being consumed in your body that creates a greasy-like flow of your blood, which is part water, that you're not drinking enough of. And watch what happens. You have to follow the instructions. I have just given you all information that didn't cost you anything. And that is why this society is failing. Follow the instructions. I cannot make this any simpler. Find out your blood type. When you find out your blood type, get a blood test and find out what you are lacking as far as your minerals and your vitamins. Get a blood type chart. Look at on that blood type chart all of the foods that you're supposed to eat and all of the foods that you're not supposed to eat. And then lastly, get an alkaline chart that gives you all of the foods that are the highest of alkalinity from 6.0 all the way to a 10.0. If you have cancer, all of your foods should be at an 8.0 to a 10.0 radius. 21 days, you should only eat foods in that radius, including alkaline water, which you can make by taking some lemon, some lime, a little baking soda, and some fresh water, and drink that first thing in the morning. It activates your cells. I'm not a doctor, and if I have to say I'm a doctor to tell you how to get something that you can get from the store, that's absolutely ridiculous. However, this ain't about me getting no money from nobody. I'm just giving you all free game. Free game. That's a train passing by. Y'all hear that in the background. I'm sorry. So the next thing that you all want to do after you all do that is get a calendar. The next 21 days, matter of fact, make it a month. And do that detox program. There's so many different ones you can do. The best one is the Master's Cleanse. In 3 days, you will see the results. The Master's Cleanse is the top Master's Cleanse, excuse me. The top cleanse that I recommend for anybody is the Master's Cleanse. It's also known as the Lemonade Fast. That is the most effective cleanse that anybody can do. Within 72 hours, you will see a difference. If you want to know how your body is supposed to feel on a regular basis, do the Lemonade Fast or the Lemonade Diet or the Master's Cleanse. It's the easiest one that you can do. I would suggest that you look it up. You can go on YouTube, you can go on Google, and get a notepad and write this stuff down. During the 30 days that you're going through this detox, if you do 21 days, that's 3 weeks. If you do a whole month, get a calendar and write down everything that you're doing. You should prep all of your meals a day to 3 days beforehand. This will allow you to have a schedule on your diet. That means you're going to be looking at everything on that alkaline chart, and you're going to create all your meals based upon that alkaline chart. You're going to do a 15-minute exercise program every day. Start with 5 minutes, work your way up. If you're slow to start, do 2 minutes, then go to 5 minutes, then go to 10 minutes, then go to 15 minutes. And you can break this down to 3-minute exercises 4 times a day. 3 minutes, then another 3 minutes, then another 3 minutes. Just get yourself active. After you continue doing this, after a few days, you're going to start noticing you're going to get into a rhythm. Healing requires repetitious acts. That's why you got a calendar. That's why you have like a little phone. You keep a diary of yourself, and you keep everything on paper. And the more you do this, the more you'll begin to see the results. After doing my program with my elder, after 21 days, when I finally got it right, because I messed up, and I'm going to tell you all, you will mess up. That's why you need a guide. That's why you need a power team. That's what I train people to do. After I was hospitalized for the second time, and my elder explained to me what I was doing wrong, when I got out of the hospital in March of 2015, I went on a trip with my club. We was going to Nashville, Tennessee. We went to a washroom break. It was 3 weeks after I got out the hospital. What came out of me was the size of shoestrings. I called my elder and he told me, send me a picture. I said, Doc, you really want to see a picture of this? He said, yeah, I didn't see ain't nothing I ain't seen. When I showed him what came out of me, he said, now, my boy, the healing begins. Now, my boy, the healing begins. And I never forget him saying that. 4 months later, I went from 162 pounds to 183 pounds solid. That's why you do the 21-day detox. And if you do it correctly, you'll be calling me and saying, thank you. Now, there was another item that I was given. One of those things was soursop. And there's a remedy, and I say that carefully, that when I explained this, not realizing what I was doing, I was at a place called cultureconnections360.com on 71st and Stewart. That video has had over 8 million views. The day that I went in on TikTok and I found out about TikTok, I told everybody, this is the guy that made that video. I'm still here. I'm still alive. It's been 4 years prior to, but you all are watching this video and you all are asking questions of what to get. And I said, listen, there are 5 different regimens to that. The one that I gave was about cancer, but you don't do it unless you have it. If you don't have it, you can mess up your pH levels. If you want to learn about it, inbox me. 24 hours later, I had over 120 views in 24 hours. That video till this date has had over 8 million views worldwide. I've had 5 doctors challenge me on that. I took one of those doctors' clients, and within 3 weeks, her cancer numbers went down 30 points. They was trying to do chemotherapy on her. Now, I know now what I'm telling you all right now is I created a serum that is the replacement to chemotherapy. They took down my TikTok video. They took down that video. They banned me from TikTok. YouTube took that video off. And I know why. Next thing you know, I'm helping people. I get paid for it. But my objective is I want to teach people how to do this. My goal was back in 2022. If I teach 100 people how to do this, and then they teach 100 people, and so on and so on, I did my job. And that's what I'm trying to explain to you all right now. If these doctors were more concerned about their patients and actually taught them, you'll probably be making more money now than you're making now. What I'm trying to express to people, let me cut this off. Hopefully y'all can still see me. What I'm trying to express to people is there are ways of doing it, but you have to follow the instructions, and no, you don't have to go broke doing it. Here's one thing, and I'm gonna get off this line. If you are out, it's fall now, we still got vegetation. Pay attention to the fruits and vegetables that grow around October and November. Those are the fruits that those are the foods that you're supposed to be eating now, because your body is now going through a change, whereas the seasons are changing, your blood is changing. Look at the foods that are out here now. Pumpkins, pumpkin seeds, it kills parasites. Why is that important? Because people are eating more meat. And meat can contain parasites. So you got pumpkins, pumpkin seeds, pumpkin pie, pumpkin seeds are they paralyze parasites, just like sunflower seeds, unless you're allergic to them. And papaya seeds kills parasites. These are the fruits that are growing at this time period. Apples are very good for the immune system. Apples, you notice that they're all selling taffy apples like crazy now? Mother Earth knows what she's doing. But here's another thing you all can do. Get pine cones, get pine needles, and boil them and create a sanitary spray to keep your house fresh smelling all year round. For those who are dealing with cancer, your environment is filthy. You need to clean your whole entire house, all of the carpets, all of the couches, doors, bathrooms, kitchens, and ceilings. You're breathing stuff that goes to the ceiling and comes back down. Bet you all didn't realize that too. Clean your ceilings. You're supposed to have more fruits and vegetables, more than you have meat. Your meat consumption should be no bigger than your fist. These are simple things that when you eat holistically, you'll avoid a lot of problems. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope that this will be a jewel. And I'm on YouTube, so this is going to be documented so you can go back over it again. I didn't charge anything. I didn't ask for no Cash App. And I've been blessed to have people send me money on Cash App. I've been blessed. But if you, within a month, can say you tried this and you've seen it work, I did my job. That's what this page is for. And if you're on Facebook watching this, my YouTube page is We Ride for a Cure. I can't make it any simpler than that. And with that, I'm gone. I'm off this line. I command you to be great. I command you to be prosperous. I command you to be greater today than you were yesterday. If you all want any more lessons, please inbox me and I'll do my best to hit you all up. 773-551-2904. I do have a product. It's called Power Water and Ammo Packs. It's very simple. It's 5 different mediums to that. I give that to my clients, my cancer clients, before they start their program. My goal is, if you can go through 1 month first before you do anything with me, do that first. The complete kit is $150, and that includes the consultation, the water, which lasts you a month and a half, and the powders, which last you a month. I even add a little bit more just to get you started. But if you cannot do 3 days of fasting and just cleaning your body with water, then I wouldn't suggest you even try this program. If you decide to hire me, you are hiring me for 4 months, because I'm training you. I'm getting your body straight. I'm creating a power team. I'm gonna be on your ass like Apollo Creed to Rocky, but you're gonna learn. So again, if you're serious about killing cancer, you gotta take the steps, and you don't need no goddamn chemotherapy. And I said it. 773-551-2904. 773-551-2904. I hope you all are going to be prosperous today. Let's get it done. Let's make it happen. Peace.